my dream job was always to be a singer. But I suppose at that time, it just wasn't my time. Maybe confidence or the fact that we were moving around, I'm not really sure. But I felt like it was in my soul from when I was a child. And it was probably something that as I got older and as I became a mother and parent, maybe I felt that the opportunities were going and that it was something that I wouldn't achieve, but it was always there. And then one New Year's Eve it was 2011, I was watching Jules Holland, and for the New Year's Eve wish, I thought to myself, okay, now is the time to really pursue this dream.
Oh my Lord, how am I supposed to breathe? Skin and bones rattling around the heart of me.
I think if you want to achieve anything in life, you have to just start. So the thing I did first was I joined a choir. And when I first heard the 4-part harmony, I thought, this is amazing. And this is something that I really want to learn and be part of. What I've learned is when things pique your interest, when people say things that are interesting, learn to listen, because there's usually some magic there. And that's where I get a lot of my inspiration from people. Also, the things that the kids say. Kids come out with great stuff because they're uninhibited.
Which is fine. I'll manage that.
For me, the most inspirational songwriters would be John Prine, Burt Bacharach, Neil Sedaka, David Bowie. I think David Bowie was somebody who was always pushing the boundaries. He never stayed in one particular genre. He loved to work with different people. And I saw an interview with him several years ago, and he talked about, if you get out of the comfort zone, that's where the opportunity for something extraordinary is more likely to present itself. And that's something that I try and do, just keep pushing myself beyond the comfort zone, and that's how I think how you develop as an artist. But John Prine, I love John Prine's songwriting because he brings that human element to it, and he has the ability to to say a mundane line but really make it break your heart, you know. I think whenever I've done an album launch or done a major gig, I feel like it's moved me on further each time, and it's a different experience. But I think the highlights have been this year, actually releasing my 4th album at the Arts Centre, and my experience at Jazz at Johnstown, doing a jazz festival, my first jazz festival, which for me is a milestone because I see myself as a kind of a jazz folk soul singer. I try and blend and fuse different genres, but jazz is the genre that's always really interested me most as a vocalist. My grandfather was a jazz drummer, so maybe maybe he has an influence in that. But my highlight so far, I think that the experience that gave me the most, the best experience on stage was performing with Killian Brown, God Only Knows, at Johnstown Castle, and the audience joined in. It was just beautiful, and those moments are so magical. I feel really lucky and really blessed to be able to do that. And the connection with the audience for me that's the end game, that's the prize, that's the goal. And in my early 50s now, so I don't really need to worry too much about what people think. As a performer, there is a feeling that you get when you connect with the audience. It doesn't sound like anything, but it feels like something very strong. There's a silence that comes over the audience, and there's a feeling of energy that you get from them. And also there's a feeling of energy that they get with each other when you have that, and when you experience that as a performer. It's one of the best gifts I think that you can ever have. It's the most amazing feeling.
If I were me, I wouldn't take it all so seriously. If I were me, deep in thought or sober-eyed, wrinkled brow is no disguise. If I were me, if I were me, I'd say